Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. Today we're here to talk about a question that I commonly get. Well, it's usually about lift, people who want body and who want lift in their hair. So I've got some stylist advice for you both. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk to you about is a good way to start is by finding yourself a good bodifying shampoo and conditioner. Those are typically good shampoos, that remove a lot of buildup, which can cause some weight on your hair. Also, the conditioners for body, the bodifying conditioners are very light and are great for daily use too. So always remember, your ends are the most brittle and need the most moisture. So when you're conditioning, always start at the bottom and work your way up through the hair shaft and then finally towards the scalp. The scalp needs very little conditioner unless you have dry scalp issues. So otherwise, with a normal kind of scalp, that's probably where most of the oils are. So now there's also great styling products such as root lifters, which you apply onto your scalp area, and that will give you the lift from the scalp. And then there's magnifying kind of mousses and things like that where you can put onto your hair shaft, which can give you body that way, give you a bend in the middle of that hair. Especially if you're going to use a curling iron or if you're going to use a round brush and you want to keep that bend in it, that's the way to go. So when you're drying your hair, it's always good to start by getting most of that moisture out. So that takes out half the work. So when you remove most of that moisture, now you're working with partially wet hair, which is less elbow grease. So that's a good way to start. Secondly, I like to carve small sections, starting from the nape of the neck, probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inches thick. And with the curl and with the round brush, you start by the scalp area and you start to lift upward. So you start to go against the grain. The hair wants to go straight down at the nape of the neck, you go against it, and that will give you that lift that you need. Now remember, hair grows in a circular pattern. So wherever you can see the scalp, where the hair grows out, you want to go kind of against it, and that'll give you that extra lift that you're looking for. So small sections, it's easier that way to control too because you don't have that wet hair in between. You can, a lot of times you blow dry the whole outside of it and the inside stays wet, which will open the cuticle and give you a frizz instead of that smoothness that you're looking for. So those are important factors also. After blowing out, if you want that body on top, a little more lift, like a lot of women like, that extra body. A little bit of back combing is okay, not too much. You don't want to have that beehive unless, you're into that kind of style, which is great too. And then to keep things in place, some finishing hairspray is great. That will keep your hair lifted up. The cool button on your blow dryer also, if you have one of those, once you apply that heat and you get it to where you want, you hit it with the cool button and that will lock it in too. Also, on the days you don't shampoo, there's a great little secret. Dry shampoos are amazing. They will give you extra body. They will give you that lift that you want. So there's some great products out there. Be careful because some of them contain talcum powder. So the talcum powder can get really, dry, and you can it'll leave a filmy substance and that'll weigh down your hair. But there's some better products out there. If you want to know later on, you can message me and I'll tell you about it. But there's others that contain cornstarch or wheat that'll give you that same kind of lift without that, grimy kind of feel to it. So that's pretty much little secrets right there. And if you combine all of them, you can get a lot of body out of that fine hair, or even if you have, thick hair that just doesn't want to give you that lift, it just wants to lay flat on your scalp. Again, over direct that brush, go the opposite direction, and you'll get that lift. hit it with the cool button, put a little spray, and you're all set. So that's pretty much what I want to have to tell you today. If anybody has any questions about some products that may help you, or maybe a one-on-one blowout, which I'd be happy to help you with that. Give me a call, or you can message me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for joining me again tonight, and I'll see you soon with some more secrets.